everybody, I'm George Riles at Last Chance Archery, and it's time for another thing a week. But before I get into that, I want to go over a couple things. One thing, only 16% of you that are watching these videos are subscribed, and it helps us out a lot if all of you would subscribe, and it benefits you to subscribe because you'll get a notification when the next video comes out. So do us a favor, take a second, click the button. Okay. Also, you can get lessons from me if you go to improvemyarchery.com. I do online lessons which work great. I can also do in-person lessons, and you can come to my shop and get lessons there with me. Improvemyarchery.com. You can go there, look at my calendar, see when I'm available, pick a time that makes sense for you, and I'll see you when you get there for your lesson. So you can also get a seminar from me. I can come to your shop or local archery club, put on a weekend-long show. It's a great way to get a lot of customers in your shop and get everybody energized about archery at the same time. So all you got to do is contact me through the website there at improvemyarchery.com, and we can talk about a day or a date that works best for you. So that all being said, here we go for another thing a week. Last week, we went over how you have to modify your anchor to get a good view of the scope and target based on where your sight is, because your anchor can't stay the same. Another thing that I'm going to show you, a lot of people get really insistent about putting their nose against the string or touching their face to the string. And you've already found out through the other videos that if you touch your face with the string here, that right-handed shooters, it causes your arrows to hit left. And a good way to test, are you having a problem with face pressure, is to draw your bow back and look through the peep without anchoring or touching your face with anything, and just look through it. And then when you look through that and shoot, if your arrows hit way to the right, like this far at 20 yards, if it hits that far to the right, that means you have your bow sighted in with some face pressure. You can also look, snap an arrow on the string and visually align the string up with the arrow. And if your scope ends up being wide left to the string, that means you've probably sighted in some face pressure while you were setting your bow up. So ultimately, a no-touch shot and a shot where you do touch your anchor, they both should hit the middle. So that's a really good test to check out on your bow to see how you're doing. I have this little visual setup here with the phone looking through the peep sight, and one of the things that I'm going to show you is how easy it is. I have about 18 pounds of pressure at full draw on this bow. If you have a very high let-off bow like a hunting setup, you have a lot less poundage against the string, so it's easier to deflect the string when you touch your nose to it. So let me show you. If you look and you see that I'm aligned with the scope, you can see the little grind dot in the middle of the peep there. So watch what happens when I lightly touch the string. You see, just that light touch changes the relationship of the peep versus the scope. So that would make your peep behave as if you moved it low. So a lot of times if you have trouble with vertically stringing or a sudden arrow hitting low that you know is dead on, you may have pressed on that a little hard. So a little rule of thumb, if you need to touch your nose to the string, you don't have to get your best accuracy. You just have to look through the peep. But if you do want to touch your nose against the string, do it with the lightest touch, just the micro hairs on your skin are touching. You don't want to touch the string any amount that could cause the skin on your nose to deform. That's a pretty good rule of thumb, that if you can touch it without deforming the shape of the skin, you're probably okay and you're not causing any problems with your accuracy. So keep your nose very light or completely clear from the string. Try not to get any face contact with the string here, and you'll get your greatest consistency with outdoor arrows at distance.